I thought I'd make a video on maybe trying to help out maybe people out there that aren't really sure what they want to play within orcs, an orc army. And I think the first thing you want to do is maybe just, if you have the codex or so forth, or if you don't, just going like Games Workshop or try to find units you might like to play with. And why this is good is because instead of just picking units that just crush everything, if you pick units you actually like, or at least like look interesting, then you'll generally want to play more. It'll be more enjoyable rather than just picking like units that you know are going to crush everything, and just to field them to destroy everybody. Which, I mean, that can be fun too, but I think it's better to, more exciting if you just kind of field units you like to play with rather than units that really just do well in general. The second thing you probably want to do is try to determine like what kind of style you like within the orcs. And what I mean by that is, do you like a green tide army which just basically fields tons and tons and tons of boys and other types of infantry that just run across the battlefield and like cover everything and just smash everything, just because there's a billion of them? Or do you like maybe like speed freaks, which is basically just like tons of fast attack and trucks and everything, that just get across the battlefield real quick? Maybe like dakka, which is basically just tons of orcs that can shoot, tons of firepower, kind of sit back. Or, I can think of another one, maybe like a stompa type army, which is just tons of like death dreads and killicans that just kind of munch and just like bash through stuff. All these armies are great. I mean, you can have a variety of in between all those. I mean, you can mix like fast attack, a lot of fast attack with tons of green tide, or maybe your speed freak type army with like a stomp army. I mean, it's all it's all up to you. But if you do want to go with a specific type of style, I'll just kind of go over with what I think might be good, what units might be good. Alright, well, the green tide is, in my opinion, it's my favorite type of orc army. I just love feeling tons of orcs and just seeing the enemy be like, well, I have to kill so many orcs. It's always exciting. And they're like, I mean, a typical orc, even an orc boy is, 6 points. It's actually pretty good. I mean, his armor stinks, but everything else he's pretty good at. I mean, initiative's only 2, but you have 2 attacks, weapon skill 4, toughness 4, strength 3 or 4. That's not bad for only 6 points. And this type of army is like really good against like elite armies, like especially against like maybe like Eldar or something. That because if they don't have the amount of people that you do, you might outnumber them 3, 4, maybe 5 times over they do. So they have to kill 5 for every 1 that you kill. The whole basic purpose of this type of army is just to outnumber the enemy. Some units I'd probably consider would be maybe, the HQs are totally up to you, but specifically maybe knobs, maybe some megas, even though they're expensive. Just pick orc boys, tons of orc boys. Just because you can have 30 in a squad. It's the easiest way to go, and just keep maxing out on them. And maybe just take some dedicated transports if you want, like a truck or something. And that's pretty much it. I mean, they're pretty straightforward, but you can kind of bring whatever you want in between that. The speed freaks basically is like I said, really fast army, and that's I would say bring maybe just boys and trucks, so they're fast, they get up there quick, and they kind of hold up for your other units to not get shot at. Such as your fast attack units, because that's going to be most of your armies, the fast attack section. You could have storm boys are a good choice, war buggies are decent, war bikers are great, and death cutters are not bad. I'm trying to think here, what else? Battle wagon's kind of cool too, that might be cool. But I think a great choice for this HQ wise would be dakka Gutsmech, and the reason why is because he's 180 points, but it allows you to take warbiker mobs as troops. So now your fast attack army, it's really tough. And now you got orcs too on bikes, which is really cool for troop choices if you don't really want to go with boys. This is good against like Tau and Imperial Guard, because they're not really that great in close combat, but they're pretty devastating in shooting. So you want to make sure you get there, which they're really good at. Dakka is a third type I can think of, and that's like just tons of types of shooting. Anything shooting that just is ridiculous. And obvious would be like Ludas, maybe some Burnas. What else? Maybe some shooter boys, just tons of shooter boys. I mean, you can even put them in trucks too. You don't have to, but I mean, you can throw them in trucks just to move up and get in that range of 18 inches. Some flash skits, big guns. The looted wagon with like a boom gun, a battle wagon with a killer cannon and stuff, like tons of zap guns and lavas. And, I mean, a good choice. What do I want to say? I kind of lost my train of thought, but I mean, basically, you just want to choose anything shooting. I mean, even like just tons of Ludas would be great. Like 3 squads of 15 would be insane. And it's kind of expensive, I guess, but it'd be kind of sweet. And these guys are really good against like other orcs and other Tyranids, and that just have tons of them, just tons of units. All right, good, I'm still on. What else? But it's really nice to try to bring like a bunch of templates, because you're not going to be hitting much anyway. But again, if you have Ludas, I mean, that's a great choice for a dakka shooting type army, where you get 3 shots. Stompa is the last one type of army I can think of, and that's just like maybe tons of killer cans and like death dreads that just run over the army and just smash stuff. And the last thing I can think with these guys is an HQ choice would bring maybe like 2 big mechs, because now he allows, 1 big mech allows you to take a death dread as a troop choice. So you can take like 2 death dreads as troops, and then just bring like, you can bring like 9 killer cans, or you can bring like 3 more death dreads, or in between like 1 or 2 more death dreads and 3 killer cans. That's just some thought, but it kind of depends on what kind of style you want to play, and that's what I would suggest, trying to figure out maybe what kind of style you like, and maybe or what kind of units you might like. Alright, hopefully that helps.